There's some major Quest 2 news because of the latest update. Your VR headset's performance can significantly improve.
Nice.
Additionally, the maker of the half-dive VR headset announced some crazy VR gloves. So let's get straight to it and make sure you crush that subscribe button on your way in. Quest 2 received a crazy new improvement due to the fact that this is the first occasion in which a software update has ever been able to improve the performance of your headset. In order to save energy consumption, the Quest OS normally automatically adjusts its GPU performance based on the apps you use. However, Meta upped the maximum frequency from 490Hz to 525Hz in the most recent software version. The best news is that you won't have to download a brand new system update in order to enjoy this function. It seems to be an automatic update delivered to all headsets. Another major benefit is that developer integration is not necessary. While it might be used by developers to obtain the additional capability they need for their games, Red Matter 2 is one example of how this was used to generate noticeably high resolutions. The only weirdness is that after accessing each app, you must take off your headset in order to get this boost for your Quest 2. Meanwhile, the V49 upgrade is expected to remove this unusual requirement. However, V47 was only issued earlier this month. Therefore, even though V49 will still be months away, it is typical for Meta to skip some digits. On that topic, Quest 2 is currently in the final year of its 3-year life cycle, and Quest 3 should be released in the next few months. But in addition to this crazy news, we also received some bad news. Pzone Karmic, a prominent figure in the VR sector, is leaving Meta entirely, even coding it as the conclusion of his decade in virtual reality. Pzone Karmic is a renowned programmer who was a significant figure when Meta was first known as Oculus. So if you've been around VR for a while, you surely know him. But after attempting to push the change at the highest level of the organization, he has now stated that he is fully retiring. And we are aware of Karmic's verbosity, because he was always very transparent about his thoughts on the future of virtual reality. In addition to bringing the industry's knowledge to the Oculus in 2013, even after Facebook acquired Oculus and renamed it Meta, this is still a significant development for virtual reality since Karmic provided customers a peek into the industry's inner workings. Yet the following is a primary justification for his exit. He said that the company's VR initiatives were only progressing at a half pace that would make him happy. Therefore, even though it is sad to see him go, I do hope that Meta notices this issue and fixes it. However, in some other bizarre news, the startup that created the ambitious half-dive headgear has just started a new Kickstarter campaign for VR haptic gloves. The glove controllers are natively compatible with Steam VR, taking it to the next level. Their Kickstarter is already fully funded, exceeding the initial funding goal in record time. However, another competitor named HTC revealed the first pictures of its future mixed reality headset that will directly fight with Meta. HTC hinted at the headgear for the past few months, before releasing their first official photographs of it. Because the business also intends to enter the consumer XR market again, HTC Vive has been having difficulties for the previous 2 years as their most recent releases. The Vive Flow and the Focus Tree have sold far less than anticipated. However, they now have a compact, lightweight, all-in-one headset that offers fully featured virtual and augmented reality. We did learn more about the characteristics of this new headset, though it will likely cost more than the Quest 2. In contrast to a see-through AR HoloLens, it will first have color flow through mixed reality, making it more like the Quest Pro. With their major focus in making it as light and comfy as possible, it is also believed to have depth sensors, which in theory may enable a more accurate room mapping. Even though there are significant mysteries to be revealed, If HTC wants to stay relevant and be mentioned with other major corporations, they will undoubtedly need to boost their products. Microsoft gently intimated at their HoloLens 3 while simultaneously stating that it was not yet out. 3 years after its initial release, their previous headset, the HoloLens 2, went on sale. Back in February, we learned that the HoloLens Street had been completely scrapped because of confusion and strategic uncertainty. Primarily with a significant issue in their collaboration with Samsung, Samsung is apparently moving forward with its own headset independent of Microsoft because this deal ended so badly. But it turns out that they did not abandon the project. The game Bait Fishing Buddies, which was first released back in 2016, was recently received a significant update that includes multiplayer mode, making it one of the VR fishing games with the longest history. Yet despite only receiving its most recent update the year it was published, the game is still active and continuing its mission. 7 years later, developers at Resolution Games are launching a significant feature update that includes a multiplayer option. With up to 4 other players, you may now relax and reel them in for some casual fun or a fishing tournament. Or you may hang around the Kazar score with 12 other people in what the studio refers to as a microverse, which is a smaller version of the metaverse because it allows you to communicate with other games, play mini-games, and just hang out with them. However, there are plenty of other social activities available, such as RC boat races, stone skipping along the beach, floating around in inflatable floaties, and much more. Bait received an update, but Demio, a dungeon board game, also received an update, adding a PvP feature. Now, if you're a lover of Dungeons and Dragons and have a Quest, you've probably heard of the game Demio. Because this is a tabletop VR experience where you may team up with 4 people to take on these extremely difficult dungeons, and due to popular demand, the game will soon allow players to fight against each other in what the studio refers to as Demio combat. Furthermore, they offer their 5th and last chapter as a free update called The Reign of Madness, and it includes additional stages, enemies, and playable characters, as well as free MIDI updates since its release. The studio intends to raise the game's pricing from $30 to $40. So if you haven't gotten your hands on this game yet, or are looking to buy it in the near future, now is the time, because the price increase will take effect next month. We also have some crazy Quest 2 news, so make sure you don't miss it by watching the video you see on screen right now, and I'll see you in the next one.